na gusto nilang ilaan para sa condom and contraceptives. Meron akong isa pang House Resolution number 491 calling for the Committee on Health to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation on the veracity of reports that certain contraceptives are carcinogenic and hazardous to women's health. Ito dapat pag-aralan. Bakit ko ginawa ito? Not because I just talked with some people, no. Because of authoritative studies conducted by very respectable institutions. WHO, International Agency for Research on Cancer. Anong finding nila? It increases the rate of getting afflicted with breast cancer, cervical cancer, and even liver cancer. Same with the National Cancer Institute of the United States. Same with the Cancer Research of the UK. Ganun din sa Harvard Medical School, same finding. Indian Journal of Medical Ethics. And here in the Philippines, by Dr. Angelita Miguel Aguirre, who's the chairperson of the Committee on Ethics of the Makati Medical Society, and a professor in the University of Santo Tomas. Of course, the other side will say, hindi, ang finding namin, hindi totoo yan. But these are not ordinary findings. How can you ignore these findings? At kahit sabihin natin na dalawang doktor ang nagsasabi, kinonsultan nyo, dalawang doktor. Ang isang doktor nagsasabi, ay, iwasan mo yung gamot na yan dahil matindi ang complication yan, matindi ang side effect. Pero may isang doktor magsasabi, okay yan. Kanino kayo maniniwala? Diba, it's better to err on the safe side. Saka siyempre, minsan magtataka kayo, ba't kayo pinopromote ng doktor? No offense to the doctors who are here, ba't kayo pinopromote na yung gamot na to? Minsan magtataka ako, bakit masyado niyang pinopromote? I'll leave it up to your imagination. Is the pill safe? Ito, ganun din. I'd like now to borrow some slides from Dr. Nidoy. He's a PhD. And magandang kanyang mga study, no? Ito, binanggit din niya halos pareho yung mga references namin. American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, International Agency for Research on Cancer. An article from the Human Life International that this is a group 1 carcinogen, so mataas ang level. Pero minsan may napakinggan ako na nagsasabi, well, totoo yan, no? That it may cause breast cancer, cervical cancer, and also liver cancer. But there's also a finding that says that it will help in also easing the risk of yung isa, yung sa hindi ovarian cancer. Marireduce ang risk ng ovarian cancer. Well, marireduce na yung risk ng ovarian cancer, pero tataas naman ang risk of breast cancer. Ano sa tingin nyo? Mamili na lang kayo. I don't think that's a good choice. I don't think it would be good for a doctor to say, don't worry, because even it might increase the risk of cervical cancer, it will reduce the risk of ovarian cancer. I don't think a good doctor should be saying that. Reducing, ito meron ng isang article dito, how do you reduce your risk of breast cancer? Maraming sinasabi dito, maintain a healthy body weight, exercise regularly, avoid smoking cigarettes, reduce your alcohol intake. Number 5, avoid oral contraceptives. Nurse claims birth control, asbestos are equally as dangerous to health. Alam natin, pinagbawal na asbestos. Pero bakit kaya pagdating sa mga contraceptives, wala pang ganyang klaseng clear warning? And then meron ding isang article si Maria Ceres Doyo, yung sex life of the urban poor, na ano experience ng mga urban poor pag gamit ng IUD. Ito, sinabi niya, nagkaroon ng dizzying spell, nagkaroon ng infection, tapos Maria took the pill but after some time she developed cysts and bleeding. She switched to injections and bled every week. Birth control pills can be a cause of female hair loss. Oral contraceptives increase risk of breast cancer. Mayo Clinic, very popular, very respected clinic in the United States. British Columbia government sues contraceptive pads manufacturer. Merong isang contraceptive pads na nilabas, but no less than the British Columbia government is suing. This is October 7, 2010. Bago lang po yan. Hindi disclose yung mga it can nakalagay dito, developing blood clots, pulmonary emboli, strokes, heart strokes, or deep vein thrombosis associated with EBRA. Ngayon, pag-usapan natin yung population. Because now they trying to shift. Medyo iniwasan nila health issue. Because I think they found the health issue almost insurmountable. So ano nangyari? Nilipat nila sa Committee on Population yung RH bill. But in the previous Congress, the RH bill was in the Committee on Health. And in fact, in House Bill number 96, doon po sa explanatory note, kasi bawat bill may explanatory note ng author. Ano ang sabi ng author? This is a health measure, sabi niya. This is primarily about health. And if you examine the RH bill, almost 80% of the contents of the RH bill are about health. Andun yung mga sakit ng tao, andun yung maternal mortality, infant mortality, it's about health, about STD, etc., etc. But now they shifted to population. Okay, let's talk population. Sabi nila, pag maraming tao ang isang lugar, sasama ang ekonomiya. Mabibigatan ang ekonomiya. But of course, when we speak of population, population is a relative term. Katulad ngayon, ilan po tayo dito? It's about, siguro mga 200 kayo dito, no? 200. Ang 200 sa hall na ito, tamang-tama lang. Pag merong 2,000 dito, masikip tayo dito.